temple history, but will not tell you where. Let's keep a secret first. If you're curious, let's go! The temple that will take everyone to is Thepleela Temple. Is there anyone in our group come here before? This one is the second time. Okay, never mind. For those who never been here, welcome to visit and learn the history with us. Thepleela temples, formerly known as Suk temples, is an ordinary royal temple. After the end of the war in the year 1833, the King Rama III or King Nangka จ้าหลวงหัว placed around เจ้าพระยาบดินทร์เดชา as a commander to the war with the Vietnamese and Khmer. During parading to Bangkok, they decided to settle camp and stay at Sansep Canal, which is the location of Thepleela Temple.
After the army took a bath in the canal, they found a standing Buddha image in the posture of Leela, Sukhothai architecture having a 1.2 meter height. After the เจ้าพระยาบดินทร์เดชา preserves the Buddha image on the banks of the Sansep Canal under the trees because the army had to move on the next day. After the temple was built as a pit to stay in the war and to influence moral in the fight to keep the belief even stronger. Afterward, the Buddha image that was preserved at the principal Buddha image in the sanctuary and named the temple Wat Thepleela. It can be assumed that Wat Thepleela was probably built during 1838 to 1839.
Regarding to the estimate of the Wat Thepleela was probably around 1838 to 1869. In a period of the king Nangka Chao Yuhua, King Rama III, Buddhism is the way of life of the people, with the temple being the cultural center of the community and plays an important role in describing and teaching morals and ethics to the people. And here is the example of architecture in Wat Thepleela. Heritage with tall wooden indented corners in front of old temple, which looks like a pagoda in contemporary art of the King Rama III.
Studying Buddha image of the posture of Leela is very beautiful Sukhothai. Buddha image, however, is quite difficult to build in Buddha image in the posture due to the building major to looking very the living Buddha and in the posture of the walking, we are case of the schedule of the Buddha image stable, strong and look is quite difficult. The photo door of the temple has the scriptures of mass, which is insignia of the similar home with display of the government stamp that the king has accepted and maintained the power of the governing of the country and the two division of the Great Colonial named Kullanit and Sasima Sangthong.
Buddha Buddha was born around 567 BCE in a small kingdom just below the Himalayan foothills. His father was a chief of the Shakya clan. It is said that 12 years before his birth of the Brahmins, prophesied that he would become either a universal monarch or a great sage. To prevent him from becoming ascetic, his father kept him within the confines of the palace. Gautama grew up in a princely luxury shielded from the outside world, entertained by dancing girls, instructed by Brahmins, and trained in archery, swordsmanship, wrestling, swimming, and running. With these actions, Gautama joined a whole class of men who had dropped out of the Indian society to find liberation. There were a variety of methods, and teachers of Gautama investigated many atheists, materialists, idealists, and dialecticians, and the deep forest and the teeming marketplace were alive with the sounds of thousands of arguments and opinions unlike in our time. His 5 companions left him after he made the decision to take more substantial food and to abandon asceticism. Then Siddhartha entered a village in search of food. There, a woman named Sujata offered him a dish of milk and a separate vessel of honey. His strength returned, and Siddhartha washed himself in the Najarana river and then set off to Bodhi tree. He spread a mat of kusha grass underneath, crossed his legs, and sat. He sat having listened to all the teachers, studied all the sacred texts, and tried all the methods. Now there was nothing to rely on, no one to turn to, and nowhere to go. He sat solid and unmoving and determined as a mountain, until finally, after 6 days, his eyes opened on the rising morning star. So it is said, and he realized that what he had been looking for had never been lost, neither to him nor to anyone else. Therefore, there was nothing to attain and no longer any struggle to attain.
The Buddha said that the Dharma or section already exists, whether there is a Buddha or not, and he also said that as long as he has not yet realized the truth in 3 ways, knowing the truth, knowing the due duty of that truth, and knowing that the duty has been completed, he could not claim to have attained enlightenment, demonstrating the truth has not been revealed until it has been discovered. As a result, he brought it to class. The Lord Buddha discovered the following truth or truth that exists in nature: enlightenment or knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, which are: the first one, the suffering or discontent; the second one, the cause of the arising of suffering; the third one, the cessation of suffering; and the fourth one, the path leading to the cessation.
Before I talk about the end of the story, I will let you know some word is known as this word common use, just only the Buddha. The Buddha died in the town of Kusinara in India at the age of 80, and the position he is lying on his side with his head resting on his right hand reminded them that everything is impermanent and advised them to take refuge in themselves and the Dharma. The teaching he asked for question or lifetime, there was none. He spoke his final word. Now then, because I ask that you all compound things are subject to decay, strive diligently